Hi, it's Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today, book of the Berenstain Bears, Trouble with Money from 1983. So let's get started. Brother Bear and Sister Bear knew quite a lot about the way of bear country. They knew where the most beautiful wildflower grew. They knew where the wild berries was the thickest and juiciest. They knew the best spot for watching sunrise and sunset. They knew where all the best honey trees was. They even knew a very special place where you could almost see a rainbow from a special space behind the waterfalls. But there was something they didn't know very much about. One of one of the things brother and sister bear didn't understand very well was money. Oh, they knew money was fun to have and even more fun to spend, and whenever they got some, as a present or for doing chores for a neighbor, or for no reason at all, from Grizzly Grimp, who tended to spoil them, or from Papa Bear, who spoiled them even more. They ran as fast as their legs could carry them to the Bear Country Mall and spent it for honeycombs on a stick, a glider that did loops, a tiny mouth organ that only plays three notes. They never bought anything sensible, and they hardly ever saved. Once in a while, Sister put money in her piggy bank, but she usually shook it out again before it had a chance to cool off from her hot little hand. Brother didn't even have a piggy bank. Mama was becoming concerned about the cubs' carefree spendthrift way with money. I think brother and sister should have a regular allowance, she said one evening when she and Papa was working on the family books. An allowance? Said Papa. Yes, so they can learn to use money sensible, to save, to plan ahead. Oh no, said Papa. They are much too young for that sort of things. Let them enjoy themselves. They have to worry about money soon enough. When they are grown up, he added with a sigh. But it was Papa who was first lost patience with the carelessness about money. It happened one day when the Cubs had been at a mall spending some pennies a neighbor had given them for walking her dog. That was when they saw the new video game. It was called Astro Bear, and it looked very exciting. A video game at the mall, Papa shouted. You must think I'm made of money. The Cubs thought no such thing, and when they pictured it, it seemed very strange. Mama could see that they was puzzled, and she explained, made of money is just a figure of speech, my dear. That's when the Cubs realized that the situation was serious, because Papa Bear only used figure of speech when he was upset. You must think money grows on trees, he shouted, another figure of speech. Video game indeed, he continued, becoming more and more upset. There was no such thing as video games when I was a cub. Why, I didn't know what money was until I was almost grown. Precisely, my dear, interrupted Mamma, and that's why this might be a very good time to start brother and sister on a regular allowance so they can. Absolutely not, roared Papa, knocking over a chair. They must earn their money. That's what life is all about. Working, earning money, saving for a rainy day. The cubs knew how really serious the situation must be. Papa had used three-figure of speech and knocked over a chair. They decided right then and there, no mean to care less, spendthrift's way. It turned out that the Cubs were very good at earning money once they set their minds to it. First, they gathered wild flowers from their special place they knew about. Then they made them into bouquets and sold them by the side of the road. Business was very good. They gathered those fat, juicy wild berries and sold them door to door. Business was very, very good. Brother and sister were turning out to be even better at making money than they had been at spending it. They organized guide tours of Bear Country finest beauty spot. Sister Piggy Bank was jam filled. They started a successful pit mining service. Brother had to borrow Mama Sugar Bowl to keep the extra money in. At first, Papa was very impressed and pleased, but when the Cubs started to sell maps showing the location of all the best honey trees, Papa began to have doubts. Those honey trees are a family secret, he complained. The Cubs don't seem to understand that some things are more important than money. They've gone from caring to little about wait, from gone from caring to little about money to caring too much. Why just look at them? They are turning into greedy, selfish little misers right before our eyes, he continued. He pointed at the cubs, who did indeed look like miser greedy as counting their money. Cubs, said Papa in his stern voice, we're going to have another talk. But before he could start his speech, the cubs took all the money they had earned selling flowers and berries, doing chores, minding pets, selling honey cheese maps, and dumping it on his lap. Here, Papa, said brother, this is for you. That's right, said sister. We thought if we made some money for you, you wouldn't have to worry about it so much. We hope it's enough. Papa was so startled and so embarrassed at having been so wrong about them that he was speechless. That was very generous, said Mamma. It's quite a sum of money, and I know Papa appreciated it. But I have what may be a better idea. Papa doesn't worry about money, of course. Most Mama and Papa do from time to time. But what Papa is really worried about is you. He wants to be sure you understand that there's much more to know about money than how to spend it. You know what I think, said Papa? I think we should start brother and sister on a regular allowance so they can so they can learn to use money sensibly, to save, to plan ahead. An exciting idea, said Mama Spowden. What about the money we earn? Asked the cubs. You earned it and it's yours, said Mama. What I suggest is that we take it down to the mall and put it in the Bear Country Bank. Good suggestion, said Papa. That money can be your nest egg. Oh dear, cried the cubs together. Another figure of speech, and a very inappropriate one, said Mamma. She explained that the nest egg is the one the farmer leaves in the nest to hatch another chick. when you put your money in the bank, it has interest. Interest, asked the Cubs, puzzled. The bank will pay you for leaving your money there. That's called interest. The day, that day, the Bear family went to the bank and opened an account for the Cubs. It happened that the bank was right next to the video arcade. Say, that looks interesting, said Papa when he saw Astro Bear game. Let's give it a try. So the Bear family gave Astro Bear a try. Papa ended up with the lowest score. You know, he said, we didn't have a video game when I was a Cub. Will you give me another chance at this sometimes? Anytime at all, said brother and sister, giving their Papa a great big hug. So that was a Berenstain Bear, Trouble with Money for 1983. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment. Have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.